What's going on, people? My name's R7 Big Time. If you guys are looking for the best assault rifle in Warzone, definitely at the right spot. In this video, we're going to be tearing things up with the MXR. In my opinion, it's definitely by far the best assault rifle in the game. I've hit multiple PRs using this gun. This is just one of the games that I've played. It was very good to post. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but we did.
Switching mags!
If I paced it right at the start, we would have been able to get high 30s, but the pacing that I had at the start of the game, where I was playing with randoms in this one, so we landed kind of obscurely. It wasn't exactly in a hot area, but I made a little cut, so at least then you guys aren't just sitting there watching the loot. So we're going to jump right into the gunfight. We're going to do one person straight up top of the mansion using the MXR, the ground loot version. Obviously, ground loot isn't, well, I say ground loot isn't the best. Ground loot in this current Warzone is actually pretty good. You don't necessarily have to have your loadout right away. You can kind of hold your own, especially if you pick up the right gun. So the MXR is definitely one of them ones that you want to pick up. But if you guys have any other good loadouts that you want me to use, make sure you leave them in the comments. I'm very open to using them and making a video to show them off. I'll give you a shout out in the videos as well. So make sure if you are interested in that type of thing, leave it in the comments and it'll be a good bit of content for me, and it'll be a good thing for you to be involved with. But as you can see here, I saw this guy looting up. I saw him on the UAV originally, so we waited him out. This is what I mean. If I paced the game slightly better, then we would have been high 30s and maybe pushing 40 in this game. But with the pacing, it was slightly off. Look, it starts to pick up in 2 minutes. After this kill, we push over to barn, and then things start really picking up. But it's just one of them things. You need, if you want to go for these high kill games, you really need to pace the game to start. I normally have quite a fast start, if that makes sense. I try not to sit around like this, but it's how the game played out. I'm not going to complain. As I said, we were playing with randoms, so it's bittersweet when you play with them because there's no comms, and but at the moment there isn't really comms with even your teammates unless you're in Discord, because half the time everyone's muted. But that's a point for another time. But yeah, it's just one of them things. Like when you're playing solo with randoms, you kind of you don't have to. But as you can see, this MXR just absolutely melts me. Like, I know that person was just flying in, but he got absolutely melted using this MXR. So there is a few ways that you can build this out. I would personally switch out grip for an optic if you're not a massive fan of the iron sights, but personally, I think the iron sights are pretty clean. I think most of the iron sights in Black Ops 7 are pretty clean, to be honest. Like, you don't necessarily have to run an optic with any of the guns, especially on maybe Talons, where the map's so small and so clear. You don't. When you see people using 4x scopes, unless you're sniping, it doesn't really make sense. But as you can see, we flew straight into this building, managed to pick off one of them. Fortunately, they managed to, I don't know what happened, but they let me get myself probably. But we managed to clean up one of them. I thought there was one more in the corner, but clearly not. We're going to run over to the buy UAV, buy another one to hold takes of us.
UAV standing by.
We see a few more people on the UAV, so there's a few more easy kills for us out here. But if you want a video about the SMG that I'm using, I'm more than happy to post that. It's definitely my favourite SMG at the moment. Apart from the Loadout, I think it is. But it's pretty similar. It's just slightly damage, I believe. But as you can see, I did see a little glint over there, so there's a sniper on the boat. So we jumped down, killed the person below us, and then we could focus on the team on the boat. My shots over here wasn't too disciplined. My aim is all over the place. This is one of my first games today, so if the shoot W's, I wasn't fully warmed up in this game, but it definitely worked out. As you can see, we're on,
Target down, marking the rest of them.
But it's only going to pick up more from here. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really means a lot. If you guys can tell, I am pretty new in this so if there is anything you want to see, make sure you let me know and things like that. But this was, I got very lucky in there because unfortunately the other teammate pushed down the stairs, but I managed to pick off the last one, so that was a nice little free piece that we got. Can't really complain with that, especially when I most wanted, so we got we're going to buy a cheeky advanced UAV here,
UAV available for task.
which
UAV standing by.
it's kind of cheesy because it lets you know where everyone is, especially this, I had to check, I had to double check. You'll see at one point I paused the game because with how it was going, it just felt so easy. I wasn't sure if I was playing casuals. So this, yeah, it was an interesting game. Sometimes it feels like the games to play casual games, but I'm not going to complain if these are actually real players. I feel bad for the players that get put in. These are real players, but it's just an odd perspective, I find. But as you can see, we've got 20 grand in the bank. We're going to buy some more UAVs.
UAV available for task.
Too many UAVs at this point. I probably should have saved some money and kept it for the next buy. Because
UAV standing
it did get a little bit choppy at the end. Like, things were a little bit dicey. Things could have went a little bit better for us, but it still all worked out. It really worked out. As you can see, I just checked if it was casuals there, but we see another person sat on the top of the coal depot. He had a dirty head launch there, so it was one of them things. It's better to reposition, go back round the wall. I thought I would try and hit him with some nades, but unfortunately none of them seemed to hit. He decided to push back over the field behind us, not behind him. I missed my shots there. Fortunately, I heard this person pushing up to my right. My teammate absolutely scared the life out of me there, which was not ideal, especially in that situation, because I thought I was going to die. I thought that was going to be the end of my game with just ghosted players jumped over the wall and just melted me. But this is where things get a little bit dicey, so I knocked the person at the top. I thought I should go pushing, but they were all looking at me from that building. I don't know why they all decided to look at me then. Like, I managed to push across and they weren't looking at me at all. So it was an odd bit of timing, I thought, personally. Like, that's COD timing for you, unfortunately. And then the guy that brought his teammate back, for some reason, he thought it would be a good idea to go straight where I killed his teammate. I guess it's one of them things where you think that, oh yeah, they're not going to check here twice, but I saw you on the minimap. It's the only thing with Resurgence is when you come back and I've already killed your teammate, I know where you are. You're coming down, I see you. But at this point, my teammates started getting kicked off, so it was a bit of a dicey one. I missed a lot of shots there. But we repositioned and his teammate came around the left, so we managed to pick him up, and I was convinced there was still another player over here, but apparently not. So our teammate was being pushed from.
Incoming tactics.
Oh, so we went over there and finished the hunt, but
I need
I
mag.
was gonna res him immediately, but I thought it was better to get the team because if the teammate was
My
above
station
him,
marked. Hold on, I've got you.
he has more of a reason to come in and push if his teammate is there to be res. So if I went for the clean, then it just gives one less reason for them to push into the building. But fortunately for us, they've already rotated the zone, which would have been a good idea, but the positioning of zone wasn't exactly ideal for them. Unfortunately, as you can see with the zone, they've kind of put themselves, they've cornered themselves, if that makes sense, because where they've placed themselves on the train, the zone can only really come 3 ways. It's not going to go towards them. It can go to the left, it can go to the right, or it can come forwards towards us. So either way, we're going to get the zone ball. So that's the kind of things that you need to be thinking about when you get to the end game. But personally, it's a hard one to throw up, especially when you know that the team's there. But if you guys haven't enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to show you the loadout now, but
The enemy never stood a chance. Nicely done.